Buongiorno, welcome to everybody, grazie per esservi collegati quest'oggi, benvenuti a tutti i nostri relatori e passo la parola a please Reginald Charlotte from New York City and Company. Welcome, Reginald.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Leah and Mia, for your assistance and support. I'm very happy to be back in Italy, virtually, unfortunately, but I look forward to being in Italy very, very soon. And of course, we look to welcome all Italians back to New York City when it is safe. So thank you for joining the webinar. I will take you through a rediscovery of New York City. One second. Oops. Okay, so we will rediscover New York City. So as many of you know, New York City is, NYC and Company is the official destination marketing organization for the city of New York. And our mission is to maximize travel and tourism opportunities throughout the city and build economic prosperity and spread the dynamic image of New York City around the world. Now, All In was a battle cry, a promotion that New York City organized to help support the mood and feeling that many New Yorkers had when the pandemic hit the city. So basically, this is an expression of how New Yorkers and people who love New York City feel about the city. And I will play for you a very short video about this campaign. Now I will take you through some key updates that are taking place in New York City. So the first key update, the major key update, is that New York State has lifted quarantine restrictions, now allowing domestic US travelers to no longer quarantine when they arrive in New York State, as well as they have lifted the quarantine for international travelers coming to New York State. Therefore, if you are asymptomatic or you have taken the vaccine, then you are allowed in without having to quarantine for 14 days in New York, which is very good news. That means that once things really change, that you'll be able to come to New York City as Italian travelers very, very soon. Bars and restaurants, indoor dining is at 50% capacity, whereas outdoor dining has been around all year long, as well as takeaway and delivery. And the curfew on restaurants has been extended to midnight at restaurants and bars. Now, events, arts, and entertainment venues, their capacity is currently at 33%, whereas shopping venues such as the Shops at Columbus Circle and Hudson Yards, and attractions such as One World Observatory and The Edge have reopened with their capacities at 25%. Now, indoor sports and performing arts venues, for outdoor sports, if the arena is more than 10,000 people, the capacity is at 20%. For indoor sports, if the capacity is over 10,000 people, it is 10%. If you are going to a smaller venue of 1,500 people for indoor sports, the capacity is 20%. And performing arts venues that are less than 1,500 people is at 20% as well. Now, we're very excited also to let you know that hotel inventory, we have over 200 hotels that have opened in New York City. Those include the Kimpton Muse Hotel in Midtown, but we have many, many more hotels opening up this coming year, such as the Public Hotel, the Plaza, and the Wall Street Hotel, located in Lower Manhattan. And very exciting news is that Moynihan Train Hall has opened on January 1. This train hall is located directly across the street from Penn Station. Therefore, visitors coming into New York City, taking the train or taking New Jersey Transit, will have a new experience in this 27,000 square meter train hall, which is very, very exciting. And then, of course, we have various cultural activities and exhibitions that are in New York City. We have major exhibitions such as the Frick Collection has moved from their location to Frick Madison Avenue at 75th and Madison Avenue. And there are a number of exhibitions taking place this coming summer. And we can send you that list of the exhibitions taking place at the Met, at the Whitney, at MoMA, at the Jewish Museum, et cetera, et cetera. So we will send that information to you. Also, Broadway, which is a very big question for many people. Broadway at this moment is currently closed, but their plan is to open this coming autumn. They have created a program, New York State has created a program called New York NY Pops Up, which are various performing arts exhibitions that take place throughout the state. And a few weeks ago, there was a performance at a theater in Broadway with the actor Nathan Lane performing. It was the first time that people have been in a Broadway theater, and it was actually a fantastic experience for them to go back into a Broadway theater. The hope is that we will have Broadway theater back again coming this autumn. Now, the Black Experience in New York City, this is a permanent feature on our website, which was created in February of this past year. The Black Experience in New York City takes you through the contributions of a number of groups from Africa, from the Caribbean, from the US, in fact, and South America, contributing to the Black Experience in New York City. Many people assume that or think that the Black Experience is only in Harlem. That is one of many locations for the Black Experience throughout New York City. And through this particular page, it provides you information and insights and gives you information on Black-owned businesses, as well as you can access images and videos to be able to get a better understanding of the Black Experience. And I will take you through now a lovely video that we pulled together in regards to the Black Experience in New York City. So now let's talk about NYC and company initiatives that have been pulled together over the past few months. So what's open in NYC gives you information on our website, nycgo.com/open in NYC, information about what is open. So you can take advantage of this information by going to our website to take a look at this and to see what's open in the city. Also, we have our Stay Well Pledge. This is a pledge that businesses throughout New York City took to support being healthy and staying safe and keeping customers and clients very safe when they're traveling through New York City. Also, we have virtual programming. So this is giving the opportunity for people to, if they can't come to New York City, to be able to experience New York City virtually. So we've had online experiences where people are able to visit museums and various attractions virtually. We've also been able to offer up a dine-in experience as well as a shop-in experience. And as you can see here, we also have virtual site tours of various hotels as well as meeting venues. So all this information is located on our website, nycgo.com. Now let's talk about the 5 boroughs. So the 5 boroughs of New York City, which everyone knows, we have 5 boroughs and is home to 8.5 million residents. The boroughs by alphabetical order are the Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens, and Staten Island. Let's start first with rediscovering the Bronx. So the Bronx is the northernmost borough of New York City, and as many would say, it is home to the real Little Italy. Roughly 1.8 million people live in the Bronx, and the Bronx is famous for various actresses such as Jennifer Lopez and Kerry Washington. Also, the Bronx, if people aren't aware, is that the Bronx has hundreds of hectares of parkland throughout the Bronx. And it's, of course, the birthplace of hip hop. So if we take a stroll, we're going to go to the Bronx Zoo, which has over 750 different animals located at the Bronx Zoo. And if you take a stroll down the road, you end up at Arthur Avenue, Little Italy. And that, as everyone has known, is known as the real Little Italy, contrary to what people believe about the one in Manhattan. Arthur Avenue has a number of Italian restaurants, has a number of cafes, and beer halls, including the Bronx Beer Hall, located on Arthur Avenue. Pelham Bay Park, which is one of the larger parks in New York City and the Bronx, this is a great opportunity for family adventures and fun. As you can see here, there's horseback riding, there's walks through the park, there's hikes. There are a number of activities that you and your family and your clients can take advantage of when they are going through Pelham Bay Park. Rediscovering Brooklyn. Now, Brooklyn is the largest borough in population with 2.5 million residents. The borough has over 70 neighborhoods, and it is really well known for the restaurant scene in various neighborhoods such as Williamsburg, Cobble Hill, and downtown Brooklyn. Now, Brooklyn also is famous for a number of movies such as Moonstruck and also TV shows such as Girls. Now, actors and actresses that are from Brooklyn and singers are Barbra Streisand, Jay-Z, and the artist Jean-Michel Basquiat. Let me take you and talk about Crown Heights. So Crown Heights, located next to Prospect Park. Crown Heights is known intimately as Little Caribbean, offering you various Caribbean fare and shopping opportunities in this particular neighborhood. And as you take a stroll from Crown Heights very closely to Prospect Park is a park located in the middle of Brooklyn that gives you access to various boat rides and little boat rides and jogging paths, and is a family-friendly activity for you to take advantage of with family and friends. The Prospect Park was designed by the same designer as Central Park, and this is located in the middle of Brooklyn. Now, when we go into Dumbo, which is a lovely neighborhood, which is just between the Manhattan Bridge and the Brooklyn Bridge, Dumbo offers opportunities for shopping and gives great vistas and views to Lower Manhattan. There are famous restaurants, as you can see here, pizzerias. There are a number of restaurants, cafes that you can go to. The New York Historical Society is located in Dumbo. St. Anne's Theater is located in Dumbo as well. This is a short walk to the Brooklyn Bridge Park, where you could take advantage of canoeing, biking, playing various sports outdoors. Great opportunity and great neighborhood to be in Brooklyn. Rediscover Manhattan, which most of you are familiar with. Let's talk about Manhattan. So Manhattan is home to over 1.6 million residents, and there are a number of restaurants located in Manhattan. There have been various famous movies that have been shot there, TV shows such as Sex and the City, Friends, a number of them, and of course the gem in Central Park the gem in Manhattan is Central Park, and it has a lot of green space, and many people are known for this, for having seen concerts in Central Park. And just off of Central Park, of course, are various museums on Museum Mile. Now, Hudson Yards, which is located on the west side of Manhattan, is a new neighborhood, or newer neighborhood, that offers you opportunity to go and visit the Vessel, as well as the Edge. And the Edge is the highest outdoor observation in the Western Hemisphere. Also, you're looking here at Equinox, which is a high-end luxury hotel located in Hudson Yards, the Hudson Yards neighborhood. And this is more of a lifestyle hotel, offering you the opportunity to be physically fit when you're going to stay at the Equinox Hotel. And of course, there's the High Line. The High Line is the elevated park located on a former railroad tracks that goes from Hudson Yards straight down to the Whitney Museum of American Art. This is giving you a very different vantage point and opportunity to see the city from an elevated perspective. As you can see here, there is greenery along the pathway. There are art installations along the pathway as well. And you can hop off and on the High Line at any location to take advantage of the neighborhood of Chelsea and the Meatpacking District. Rediscover Queens. Now, Queens is home to over 2.2 million residents. And if you are looking to sample cuisine from around the world, you come to Queens. Queens can offer you cuisine from Pakistan, from Brazil, from China, from Germany, from Italy, from Jamaica, from Trinidad. You have a choice of cuisine. Now, of course, there's also a number of sculptures throughout the parks in Queens, as well as my favorite team, home to the New York Mets, that play at Citi Field. So there's a lot to see and do and discover in Queens. For example, Long Island City, which is located just along the water of the East River across from Manhattan. Long Island City offers you the opportunity to go and visit a number of museums, such as the Socrates Park, the Noguchi Museum, as well as the Museum of the Moving Image, which is dedicated and focused on TV and film. Also, when you're in Queens, there's opportunities for a number of restaurants and cafes as well. And it gives you have outdoor space for you to be able to go and take advantage of all the city has to offer and have a great view of Manhattan. Now, Flushing Meadow Corona Park is one of the larger parks in Queens. It is also home to the World's Fair, which took place in 1932, where you are able, as you can see here, the Unisphere. It gives you opportunity to take advantage of that. There's also the Queens Museum located there and the Museum of Mathematics. So there's opportunities for various events that take place in Corona Park and Flushing Meadows Park, and certain concerts that take place at this location as well. Rediscover Staten Island. Staten Island, the 5th borough in New York City. So when you arrive on Staten Island, many people know this, that you arrive on the Staten Island Ferry, which is approximately a 15-minute ride from Lower Manhattan to Staten Island. Once you hop off, you have access to a mix of different cultures and cuisines in on Staten Island. You have actually a very good Pakistani restaurant, an Afghani restaurant that's located on Staten Island. As the city's largest forest preserves, and it's also set for various films, just as the film Goodfellas. And the population of Staten Island is roughly 500,000 inhabitants. As I mentioned before, when you take the Staten Island Ferry, you exit at the neighborhood called St. George. And when you're at St. George, you're only a few steps away from the recently opened Empire Outlet Shopping. Empire Outlet is the only discount shopping in New York City. So if you're coming to New York City and you're here for a few days, which we hope most Italians will be here for much longer, you can take the ferry and have an experience of over 90 stores at the Empire Outlet Shopping. When you move down a little bit further, you go to the Snug Harbor Cultural Center, which is a massive green space that allows you to take advantage of the various opportunities for outdoor space and outdoor living, which includes the Staten Island Museum and also a number of different park locations, and the botanical gardens are located on Snug Harbor as well. Now, before I go to the tools and resources, I want to introduce Benjamin. Oh, I want to introduce, first of all, Margot Comis, who is from the Rockaway Hotel, and Julian Payne to talk to you about the Rockaway Hotel located in Queens.
Thank you, Reginald. It's Margot here and Julian, as he mentioned, from the Rockaway Hotel located in Queens, New York. And we're super excited to present our hotel to you all today. And here's Julian, our general manager, giving us a warm welcome.
So, buongiorno da New York. Sono inglese e non so parlare italiano. Mi scuso. Mia moglie è francese, mia padre inglese, mia madre tedesca. Welcome to the Rockaway Hotel. So we are located in Queens, New York. We're on a peninsula surrounded by water, the Atlantic Ocean to the south and Jamaica Bay to the north. We are a surfing hotspot and New York's only official surfing beach. We are only a short salta away from the city. 50 minutes by water taxi to Wall Street for $2.65. There's a nearby subway station. And from the airport, we are only a 15-minute drive from JFK and 28 minutes from LaGuardia. We opened last year on September the 4th, the Friday of Labor Day weekend. The Rockaways has been nicknamed the Irish Riviera because of the heritage of the Irish community who live here. That sense of community and support we have been given during these trying times has been very humbling. Our team are inspired by the passion, dedication, and sense of we will make it happen in everything we do. Please come and see us. Mille grazie.
And now Lena has a video that we've put together just to show you all some imagery of the hotel as well as what Rockaway has to offer. And a message.
Hi, my name is Terrence Tuverty, and I'm the managing partner at the Rockaway Hotel. Born and raised here in Rockaway Beach, Queens, it's always been a dream of ours to be able to build and open a hotel such as this. In September 2020, the Rockaway Hotel finally opened up its doors, and it boasted 53 guest rooms, 8 suites, 4 food and beverage outlets, and a 500-person event space. The Rockaway Hotel was designed, built, and is managed based on 3 pillars: community programming, experience, and eco-conscious design. Each one of these pillars plays a part into the way we operate, manage, from hiring to programming to the music we play, to what we serve. All of these help guide what makes the Rockaway Hotel a fantastic location.
Thank you so much, Lena, for sharing that video. And we are so looking forward to welcoming everybody from Italy, hopefully soon. And when you're ready to come, you just let us know. We'll be here waiting for you with open arms for your city beach getaway. Back to you, Reginald.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry about that. Thank you very much for that. I'm going to now introduce to you Ben Lipnick, who is from the Whitney Museum of American Art, to come and present. So Leah, if you can have give Ben access to present, that'd be great.
Reginald, we're not seeing him in the list. I'm not sure he joined.
Oh, I hope he should be, because
If you want to go ahead, and then we'll check the whole list and see if maybe he's under attendee profile, okay. But I don't think so.
Okay, well that's fine. So I'm just going to do actually just two more slides. So actually there's a slide basically on the tools and resources. So this page is basically information for you, as I mentioned earlier, to be able to access information on NYC and Company. You go to nycgo.com/travel trade to get information on and images from our media library, search for products, also to review our previous webinars that we've had out on a monthly basis since October. Also, you can sign up for our newsletter, which is very, very important. So these are the resources that are available for you. And if you would like to get information on coronavirus, we also have a link to that as well. So I know that it's a busy day and it's getting late in Italy. So I wanted to remind you all that we wait for you very, very soon. And we hope to see you even sooner to come to New York City and come to visit and stay at the Rockaway Hotel and revisit many of the attractions that most of you are familiar with, and to also learn about the new attractions that have come to New York City. One attraction that will be coming to New York City very soon is the Summit One Vanderbilt. That will be the 5th observation deck or observatory in New York City. That is due to open this coming autumn. But stay tuned. Please check nycgo.com for more information on what is happening in New York City, as well as going to the travel trade section of the website. And we will have Leah, as I mentioned to you before, Leah and Mia send you information on the cultural institutions and their exhibitions this coming summer. And I wanted to end with a lovely video just to remind you that we're all in for New York City. Thank you, Leah. And now, as I mentioned to you before, I would like to introduce Ben Lipnick from the Whitney Museum of American Art.
Okay. I saw him in the video, but he doesn't have audio because it's the same link of you. I think it's not correct.
It's the same link as me.
Yeah, because it's yes. So I don't see he has no audio. He cannot speak. You know.
Let me see, Leah, if you can send Benjamin another link. In the meantime, maybe we can ask the audience if there are any questions for
Yes.
Reginald or the partners of NYC & Co. So, and again, if Leah, you can send Benjamin the correct link.
I do. Yeah.
Ok. Buonasera a tutti, io sono Mia e mentre aspettiamo Benjamin, vi chiedo se avete delle domande da porre a Reginald, curiosità sulla destinazione.
C'è qualcosa già sulla chat forse.
Domande. Yes, so Reginald, there is a question about the quarantine in New York. If you can just repeat maybe some things that you said at the beginning about people who are vaccinated, or if you can just explain that once more.
Certainly. Prior to April 1, New York State, the state of New York, required all visitors to quarantine quarantine when they arrive in New York City. The quarantine requirement was originally at 14 days, then they reduced it to 10 days, and then they reduced it again to 3 days, and then you must be tested on the 4th day. Since April 1, for domestic travelers, meaning US travelers coming to the state of New York, you no longer are required to quarantine. You must be asymptomatic, negative, or have taken the vaccine in order for you to be able to do this. If you are positive, you will be required to quarantine. Now, for international travelers, on April 10, the governor of New York State made the same announcement for international travelers who no longer are required to quarantine for that time period. However, as many of you know, boarding a plane to the United States, you must present a negative PCR or show proof of vaccination in order for you to board the plane. If those 2 points happen, if you're flying to New York, you are not required to quarantine.
Okay, thank you, Reginald. Maybe we can see if Benjamin can, we can hear Benjamin in the meantime. I'll make myself mute because I think that he's inside with my link. No, he just left. Okay.
Hello?
Benjamin? No, we can't hear him.
I already sent to Benjamin the link, correct, the correct link.
Perfect.
One, so he received on his email.
Okay, Reginald, there is another question about the classical tour of half day in the Bronx. If you can tell us, how is it made? Do you know? I assume technically, maybe Massimo Aliardi, if you are listening, if you want to explain the question.
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, he says, how is the classical tour of half day in Bronx is handled? I assume is organized.
How is it organized?
Yes.
I'll try to answer the question based on if he's asking the question of being socially distanced. They are clearly going to limit the number of people that are going to be participating. Of course, it is an outdoor experience, so therefore they probably will have no more than 5 to 6 people per group on these half-day tours, to be mindful of social distancing.
As it's made on foot, right?
Correct. It's outdoors, so you're walking.
Okay. Okay, perfect. And then there was another question: how far is the beach from the Rockaway Hotel?
I'll let Margot and Julian answer that.
Margot, tuned?
They may be muted.
Margot? We'll wait for her to connect. Yeah. In the meantime, Reginald, can you repeat the website for the travel trade?
It's www.nycgo.com/travel trade.
Okay. Then if you can list again all the website and documents which are available to us, I think that it's in your slide, so we will be able to provide the agents with this, so this is not a problem.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, she's here.
It's Julian and Margot here. Sorry.
So sorry. So my computer was frozen. I was trying to hit unmute. So in
No
regard to
worries.
the question, we are a half a block up from the beach. So probably no more than a 1 minute walk. And you know, that takes you directly to, we are directly on the beach block, and then we're in the middle. And the other way, just a 5-minute walk up the other way, is the ferry that you can take from Wall Street, New York. So really, you know, we have an ideal location as far as being accessible from New York City and just literally a short walk to the beach. And that allows all of our rooms to have beautiful views of either the ocean or the city skyline and Jamaica Bay.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Margot.
Forse, yes, maybe now Benjamin can show his presentation, and maybe we can hear you. Try to
Yeah,
speak.
can everybody hear me? Can
Yes.
everybody hear me?
Great. Yes.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much. And I apologize, I'm coming a little late and there was a small technical difficulty, but I'm really excited to be here. I have my slides, and thanks everybody for your attention, and Reginald and Luia for the opportunity today. So thanks again. My name is Benjamin Lipnick. I am from the Whitney Museum of American Art. And for those of you unfamiliar with the Whitney, we are a museum dedicated to modern and contemporary art of the United States, and are located in Manhattan's Meatpacking District. And you know, we have been open now since the end of last summer. And I'm going to show just a little video that we created just ahead of our reopening that kind of sets a nice stage for the Whitney experience. And you know, for those of you who have been to the museum in our new location, you know that this is our new building. We're located right on the edge of the Hudson River at the end of the High Line. Really vibrant neighborhood. We actually celebrated this past year our 5th year anniversary in our new building, and that's a Renzo Piano designed building. Greatly expands our exhibition and program space. And as I mentioned, you know, we reopened in the summer and have a number of safety and health protocols in place, including time ticketing. You know, we require all of our visitors and staff to wear masks. Social distancing is enforced. The museum is also operating at reduced capacity currently. So, you know, a lot of the protocols that you would expect, but inside the museum, you know, it's the same great experience as always. And, you know, our galleries are full of our collection of, you know, the Whitney collection, our permanent collection of modern contemporary American art, works by Andy Warhol, Georgia O'Keeffe, Edward Hopper, Jackson Pollock, and many, many other American masters. And, you know, the great thing about the Whitney is it's an indoor-outdoor experience. The building is really made for this moment in a way. We have 4 stories of outdoor balcony terraces, which offer stunning views of the Manhattan skyline, of the World Trade Center, of the Hudson River. So really, you know, really dynamic experience. And in addition to our collection, we also have some extraordinary exhibitions that are opening this year. Just a couple weeks ago, we were thrilled to open a mid-career survey by the American artist Julie Moretu. And Julie Moretu is an extraordinary abstract painter. She turned 50 this year. This exhibition has toured 3 different cities in the United States. It's been to Los Angeles, Atlanta, and now New York. It's a great homecoming for the artist. And the exhibition fills the entire, the Whitney's entire 5th floor, kind of our grand exhibition space. Really monumental abstract works that are really, really beautiful. If you're in New York City at all this spring and summer, I really encourage you to come and check it out. Another moment that we are very excited for this year, in fact, next month, is the opening of a brand new permanent public art monument across the street from the museum by the artist David Hammons. David Hammons is another contemporary artist, one of the most influential artists of our time. And David has, in partnership with the Whitney, created a monument to a work that, an artwork that used to exist in the same site and location by the artist Gordon Clark. And it's sort of a ghost monument in a way, a thin outline of the pier sheds which used to line Manhattan's waterfront. This park, when it is completed, will join the entire redevelopment of Gansevoort Peninsula, and it'll include a beach, the first public beach in Manhattan, as well as a recreation field and other gathering spaces. So, you know, just to say that the neighborhood, you know, the waterfront is really happening now in New York. And another really exciting moment that we're looking to at the end of this year is a major retrospective by the artist Jasper Johns that will open at the end of September and run through February of 2022. Jasper Johns, you know, is one of the most legendary American artists. He has a long history with the Whitney. And in fact, this exhibition will open simultaneously in New York City and Philadelphia at the Philadelphia Museum of Art at the same time. So it's kind of a very unique model. It's never really been done before. But I can tell you that, you know, visitors to either exhibition will find, you know, a very large retrospective of John's work, but together, you know, it makes up an even greater experience. But this exhibition will fill our entire 5th floor. Jasper Johns, you know, is turning 92 this year, so it's really and is still making work. So it will include work from, you know, the past 6 decades, including the last couple of years. So some never before seen work as well. So that's going to be really extraordinary. And then also in 2022, you know, the Whitney is really excited to bring back our signature exhibition, the Whitney Biennial. That is our exhibition that is on view every 2 years. It's the longest running showcase of the most recent developments in American art, and is always just a lot of fun, has a way of really being a highlight of the art world whenever it is on view. So that will open in April of 2022 and run through August. And yeah, at the moment, as I mentioned, we're really excited about what's coming up. We have, you know, we're really excited to work with the trade. We have options for FIT and for individual visitors and smaller groups. We are not currently offering kind of our traditional group tours, group guided tours, but we hope that those will return soon. And again, just really excited to be here today. I hope that we'll all see you in New York this year or next. And thanks again. Happy to answer any questions.
Yeah, thank you, Benjamin. Thank you for those great updates. Actually, there is a question from one of the travel agents, and they're asking if there is any time limit for any of the rooms during the visit.
There is not, no. You know, none of the, once you're inside the museum, you are welcome to spend as much time as you like. We do, you know, have some directional signage and some suggested ways to kind of move about the building so as to not create crowding, but it's really at your own leisure. You know, most visitors spend about 2 to 3 hours at the Whitney.
Okay, perfect. And do they have to book tickets? Is it compulsory to book ticket in advance?
We highly recommend that you do. You know, if there is availability, we will issue tickets on site, but I can tell you that, you know, the weekends we've been selling out of certain time slots. So we really do recommend having a ticket in advance.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. I think there is one more question for Margot about the Rockaway Hotel, and what's the best way to comfortably reaching Midtown from the Rockaway Hotel?
So from Midtown, it's totally up to you. It's up to your preference. So, you know, of course, we do have Ubers if that's how you feel more comfortably versus using mass transportation. You can take an Uber. We also are near to the A train. So if you can get the A train from Midtown more on the west side, you could take that all the way down to Queens and get off right here. The other option too is that you can head downtown towards Wall Street via any of the other subways, and then you can hop right on the ferry, which is just $2.65. So there's a couple different options, and the ferry ride is about 40 to 55 minutes long, but it is a beautiful scenic ride as it goes around Brooklyn, and you get to, you know, you'll pass Coney Island, go under the Verrazano Bridge, you'll pass the Statue of Liberty. So there's definitely lots to look out to, and it's an enjoyable ride for sure.
Okay, perfect.
There's a question in regards to tickets in advance, getting tickets in advance. For most of the attractions in New York, if not all, advance tickets are required, I should say highly recommended, basically required, in order for you to gain access, because there is limited capacity. So it is very important. So it's not like the past where you can go and assume to go and walk in. Now it's many more, because of safety. They're requesting, many venues are requesting to purchase tickets in advance.
Okay, yeah, I think that there are no other questions. They're just asking again for limitation to get into the museum, but I think you just, generally speaking, talked about limited capacity, and it's better to actually book in advance all tickets. And the City Pass is still available in New York.
Yes, the City Pass is still available in New York, yes.
Okay. Perfect. Leah, Reginald, I don't know if you want to wrap up, if there are no more questions.
Yes.
No, if there are no more questions, I would like to thank everyone who participated today. It was a pleasure to see you, if you will. But I also want to thank our partners from the Rockaway Hotel, Julian and Margot, and in particular Ben Lipnick from the Whitney Museum of American Art. Benjamin has been with us on sales missions to the Italian market many times, and we hope to have, when we can travel again, hope to have Margot and Julian join you so Julian can speak to you in Italian on our sales missions. But we want to thank you all very much. We look forward to welcoming you all and all of your clients to New York City as soon as possible. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Reginald, Julian, Margot and Benjamin. Thank you, grazie Mia per l'aiuto. Questo webinar riceverete domani la registrazione del webinar, così potrete riascoltare i passaggi che vi sono sfuggiti e avrete così la possibilità di rivedere i video che sono stati mostrati, perché vi manderò i link e la presentazione. Vi do quindi appuntamento sempre domani con i segreti del Midwest. Grazie e buon fine giornata e buon pomeriggio a tutti.